Times Influence Initiative.
The Digital India Summit and Awards 2017, hosted annually by the Times Network and now in its third edition, has become a thought leadership platform on powering the country's digital economy. And the Digital India Heroes series is an attempt to highlight the award-winning, groundbreaking digital initiatives that are transforming India's corporate and socio-economic landscapes alike.
Welcome back to the Digital India Summit Winners Series. Our next award-winning digital initiative is an online emotional wellness and counseling platform that calls itself YourDOST. Have a look.
YourDOST is an online counseling and emotional support destination that's designed to foster mental wellness. With its scalable platform that is low cost and yet high touch, the company has experienced exponential growth. By carving a unique niche for itself in the mental health space, YourDOST is credited with creating a digital environment that is deeply personal.
YourDOST is essentially purely an online play for those seeking mental health and wellness services. What led you to believe that there was even a market need for such a solution?
We started YourDOST out of a very personal experience. When I was at college at IIT Guwahati, I had a friend of mine who committed suicide because she anticipated she would not get the good placement much before the placement actually started. And all the while we had counselors, psychologists, even psychiatrists in the campus. But the thing was, nobody was approaching them. That's what got me intrigued into the subject, and I started doing a lot of research. There's so much stigma in our society about seeking psychological help that people prefer to suffer than to go out and seek support because they fear others might judge them, call them as mentally ill and so on. That's the gap we saw, and we wanted to address that. With that, we started out YourDOST. It's an online platform where regular people like you and me could seek support and guidance 24/7 anonymously, and these are counselors, psychologists, career coaches, life coaches and other experienced people who could help you at that time of need.
Face-to-face interaction has long been regarded as fundamental to delivering effective therapy. So how do you work around that perception at YourDOST?
We do not disregard face-to-face services. We do not think YourDOST is a replacement of face-to-face services. We think it complements face-to-face services. People reach out to face-to-face establishments in later stages of their problem. Whereas research has shown, given that YourDOST is easy, it's convenient, there is no risk attached, people are able to reach out to YourDOST at early stages of their problem. To add to it, online chat has become so pervasive in our lifestyle. We have studied that user behavior and used the same fundamental to create YourDOST such that people could reach out using online chat and seek therapeutic support.
Maintaining client confidentiality is the cornerstone of any counseling service. How challenging is it to maintain that standard in the context of an online community?
All we know our users is by the username that they have chosen. Right? We do not ask them to share any of their personal details. So you're as anonymous as you choose to be. And just for a moment, if I were to compare it to face-to-face services, in a society where there's so much of stigma, there's always a chance of being seen outside the clinics, which is never the case at YourDOST. We understand we are the custodians of some of the deepest secrets of people. Hence, we've used some of the cutting-edge technology to ensure secure databases, systems, and even all the sessions that they do are encrypted, which makes it extremely safe, comfortable for people to use YourDOST.
Let's talk about the facts and figures. How would you both classify and quantify the impact that YourDOST has had to date?
We have served over 10 lakh people in 2.5 years. We do close to 2,000 sessions every single day. We have people reaching out to us from rural India to urban India. How technology has penetrated, internet has penetrated across India these days. We are just leveraging that. We have 800 plus experts on the platform who are counselors, psychologists, career coaches and life coaches. So we provide services to people in all stages of life, right? Be it somebody preparing for exam, to somebody having pre-wedding jitters, to just after marriage, to being worried about your kids, to about your post-retirement and so on. We also understand that, the mental health issues are as prominent in rural India and as in urban India. So we have people who speak 20 different languages to be able to provide support to. We conducted a survey and that showed us that 90% of the people who reach out to us have never taken counseling before. YourDOST is breaking the stigma associated with seeking psychological help and is able to provide that safe, secure environment such that more people are openly talking about mental health issues.
When it comes to leveraging digital technology in the context of the mental health space, what are new applications that you see emerging in the future?
Digital and mental health solution is just the beginning, and I think it has a long way to go. We have built YourDOST in such a way that we have access to a lot of data, even though it's confidential and anonymous, but it is a very rich data. We are leveraging that data to build intelligent system such that we could be more proactive and reach out to people even before they reach out to us. For example, because of your usage pattern, because of your history, it shows that you're going through a lot of relationship issues. I as YourDOST reach out to you and provide you effective therapy? Even after your therapy is done, can we build out solutions such that we can follow up with you effectively such that you don't relapse, right? I think with the various part of the society coming in together, with Deepika talking about depression, to World Health Day, saying depression as their theme, to a recent release of Dear Zindagi, it makes me believe we are at a right place at the right time to create a happier India.
Welcome back to the Digital India Summit Winners Series. This next solution has caught the attention of the World Bank with its sophisticated statewide approach to biomedical waste management. Have a look.
The state's health system strengthening project is bringing smart biomedical waste management to Uttar Pradesh. With a comprehensive approach focused on the collection, handling, treatment and disposal of biomedical waste, the UPHSSP is not simply reducing the risk of infection, but also safeguarding the environment. By building a biomedical waste management system that leverages technology on both the front end and the back end, Uttar Pradesh is setting the new standard with its statewide rollout.
In the grand scheme of things, why is the treatment of biomedical waste a priority? And what are the repercussions of not doing so?
This biomedical waste which is generated in the hospital, it is very infectious. Injections, syringes, the drip sets, the blood bags, the gauze pieces, bandages, in the plaster room, the plaster, several things are discarded, and previously they were sold in the market, especially the plastic waste. And the plasters and dressings, discarded dressing, they are just dumped with the municipal waste. If we throw it in open, the people comes in contact with them, and it leads to a spread of diseases which are resistant to the antibiotics and different treatment methods. This was the reason of segregating and disposing the biomedical waste. The collection is important, definitely collection is important. The plastic waste has to be in a separate bag, should not be mixed with the human waste like dressings, the discarded organs, parts of the body, or the dressings, bandages, the plasters, discarded plasters, all these things, the lab materials.
The solution seems to have a hybrid model in place in that it's part physical and part digital. How seamless is that integration?
There are several stakeholders in this biomedical waste management. starting with the Pollution Control Board, State and Central Pollution Control Board, the health officials at the Secretariat, the health official at the Directorate, then the different CMSs and of the hospitals, CMO of the districts, then the IMA, Indian Medical Association, Nursing Home Association, Pathologist Association, different stakeholders, because they all generate the waste and they are involved in the development of biomedical waste segregation or waste management practices. And the last most important is the managers of the common treatment facilities. The segregation is always a physical thing, you see, because we have put several colored coded bags in the hospital. The point at segregation is basically has to be manual, and from this the things start, because our concern is how much waste and which type of waste is lifted from the hospital. One concern, that is because it is related with the payment. Automatically the SMS will go to the several stakeholders. Now we start tracking this vehicle.
I'd like to do a deeper dive on the scope of the solution. So how many hospitals has it impacted and how scalable is this model?
We have only 17 common treatment facilities in UP, 75 districts, 170 odd facilities at the district level and 820 facilities or 824 facilities in the block level. It is a challenge to manage, but we are trying to evolve a system by initiating dialogue with all stakeholders for a complete solution. And complete solution is a bidding process, awarding the contract and making all the physical process which is going on after the contract, integrating with this smart solution which we have developed.
Welcome back to the Digital India Summit Winners Series. The country's first fully integrated Safe City project brought us to Pune, where we met with the pioneers behind the concept. Here's a glimpse of our conversation with Allied Digital Services.
The Pune City Surveillance Project, pioneered by Allied Digital Services, is the first of its kind, in that it's both smart and large scale. At its core, the project is powered by a state-of-the-art control and command center that helps maintain law and order across Pune and proactively prevent crime. By capitalizing on cutting-edge technology, Allied Digital Services is setting the precedent for safe city living.
Pune's population has experienced exponential growth in recent decades. Has the city's infrastructure kept pace in your view?
There is a massive inflow of people across the country coming to Pune. It's a typical example of rapid urbanization. So it has led to a lot of gaps in terms of safety and security, as well as facilities, traffic and transportation. And people are experiencing a lot of challenges today in their daily lives. It has become inhibitor for the city for its growth now.
Well, what are some of the biggest safety and security issues plaguing Pune today, and how is the city surveillance project designed to address them?
The Pune City Surveillance Project is a holistic project. It is a major initiative to control crime and also do investigations. Three big areas which this project has brought in is continuous monitoring of the city for 24/7 operations, making sure all the 640 square kilometers of the city are actively monitored. Number two, it generates a lot of active data intelligence as well as video analytics, which is used to do a lot of investigations and forensics. So there is a huge analytics piece. The last important piece is the situation management, which is the aspect of taking action. We have designed about 30 to 40 different kinds of incidents, what the police has to do in these incidents, how they can take an active control on this situation. It can be as small as a petty crime or as large an incident like a terrorist attack.
Well, this seems to be a multi-pronged solution. Does it all rest on a single platform? How do you manage its integration?
Allied Digital has played a master systems integrator role, and it has basically implemented the entire initiative of proactive law and order management. There are two key aspects of this. One is we have created a digital backbone. So what it enables is the entire city has now being networked and threaded, and this digital backbone as a single entity helps to bring in all the data and videos across the city to the centralized command centers. There are various systems that are deployed as a part of this holistic initiative. The one is the geographic information sourcing, which is called the GIS. Secondly, it has number plate recognition cameras in the perimeter of the city, so that any vehicle movements coming inside the city are tracked and monitored and put into active forensics if required. Also, it has e-challan system, for example, to capture the traffic violations and automatically send the tickets. Also, it has video analytics, so the police can immediately take action. The other aspect is it has integrated various government systems that helps in actually doing quick investigations, collecting data and creating a case.
What do you consider to be some of the proof points of the city surveillance project?
In first year itself, there were 15,000 incidents recorded in the system. Today also, per day 3,000 tickets are issued on traffic violations. So the city is well monitoring the citizens in terms of safety and security.
Have neighboring cities and states taken an interest in following this model? And if so, what sort of setup is required for its implementation to be successful?
Yes, this safe city implementation is really a subset of the smart city initiative. Safety and security have become the big pillars for every 100 smart cities that have been talked about by the central government. So there is a tremendous push. As you know, the safety and security have become kind of a growing problem for pretty much all large cities in India and even medium-sized cities. So I see that there is a huge value to replicate this model to various cities, and we feel that that is soon going to get implemented on various aspects in the country.
Citizen safety will always be an issue that remains relevant. What are other applications of technology that you believe have the capacity to enhance safety and security?
Yes, so various technologies we have implemented in Pune city, but there are a lot of new enhancements. So for example, we have also implemented mobile app for citizens, where every citizen's mobile becomes a camera where the information can be sent to the police. Also, there are facial recognition technologies, plus there are a lot of aerial technologies including drone, which can be used for special events. Today we are also supporting a lot of collaborative monitoring in this project, so that a lot of local implementations can be brought into the single command center, so it becomes easy for crime right up to the doorstep of the citizen.
Did the rollout initially meet with resistance, both on an operational level and in the field?
This was the first large-scale project in the country at the scale of over 1,000 plus cameras, and definitely there are a lot of unknowns and a lot of challenges. The challenges were right at the ground level in terms of managing different entities, the lot of disruption caused by antisocial elements, challenge in logistics. Encompassing all these hurdles, we had kind of set up our project team to manage this into a fully passionate and teamwork driven approach. We got great support from the police as well as the Home Department of Government of Maharashtra. That was one of the key enablers for us to make this successful. So what we say as really the passion of our people as well as the government to implement this. Second thing, obviously the teamwork, well, everybody pitched in and put their best efforts into this. And third is the innovation that we have brought in a lot of new technologies that we built in has made this difference.
Allied Digital has been selected as a master system integrator to execute the most prestigious order for Pune city surveillance.
CCTV or city surveillance, what you call, is a very good initiative. I believe Pune is one of the leading city which has taken this project with innumerous benefits, lot many cases are detected, criminals are nabbed, and first and foremost, there is a watch.
Well, that brings the Digital India Summit Winner Series to a close. We'll see you next time.
Next week on Digital India Heroes, we bring you another set of winners from the Digital India Summit and Awards 2017. Energy Innovator, Reconnect Energy Solutions, Principal Housing Finance Agency, National Housing Bank, and Logistics Management System Provider, Future Trucks Logistics.
A Times Influence Initiative.